J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show this evening, afternoon. I'm here with the multi-talented actress, lovely Kellye Howard. How you doing?
What's good, my dude?
Hey, welcome. Appreciate you for coming through.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So how's things been going for you lately? How you been feeling?
I've been feeling amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always out here in these streets staying ready. Can't complain.
All right. Hey, I hear that. So for some people that may recognize you but trying to put their finger on it, you may have saw her giving me a hard time in Power Book 4 Season 2 as the security officer, as well as the crooked cop making deals with Diamond Sampson.
Am I crooked or am I just taking the system into my own hands? You know what I'm saying? Because the system itself is crooked, is it not?
I guess you got a point there, but the way you're taking it into your own hands is not necessarily the best way for everybody else. We'll see how it all turn out. We'll see if it's in your best interest as well, trying to play serve two masters. We see in Power. Yeah, we see in Power they don't have people live long, unfortunately. I hope as long as I'm in prison, I might be safe as well, but you never
know, right? That's the safest place for us.
Right. Stay away from Tommy.
Man, he'll make his way in there and find you though.
Definitely. I got a couple people with some comments. What's up, Rashonda? Neek said hello. She said, I knew she looked familiar. DeMarcus Vaughn say, hey, what's good? How y'all doing?
Kendra.
Yeah, Kendra. Remember, he owned it. That's right. So we're going to talk a little bit. And before we get into some more Power stuff, I know a lot of people like to get into Power, and that's great. But, a little bit about your background. Were you born and raised in Chicago? I mean, where were you from?
Born and raised in Harvey, which is right outside of Chicago. A lot of people don't know about it, but we got some greats that have come from Harvey. Selena Johnson, Selena Johnson, Tom Dreesen, Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer's from Harvey?
He is from Harvey. Keke Palmer, LaRoyce Hawkins.
I'm not familiar with him.
Chicago PD.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm
from Harvey. Yeah, baby.
And for those that ain't familiar, Harvey ain't really that type of suburb. Harvey is hood, okay?
Harvey ain't no suburb at all.
No. That's really Chicago, okay? Harvey, people in Chicago be like, oh, Harvey, okay.
That's so true. True. And which is why I don't live there no more. I live in Chicago. It's safer.
Right.
When live in Chicago
is safer, but that lets you know something, okay, about Harvey. All right. So what was it like growing up in Harvey? Because, like I just say, Harvey is a suburb still, but it's not a suburb feel. So how is that? That's got to be kind of weird, like growing up there. What was that like?
It wasn't weird because, you don't know.
Right. True.
So when you in it, it's a part of your reality. So, I mean, I grew up in a 4-bedroom house with 15 random ass people. Real
talk, nice suburban house, but then the hood comes with it, though.
The hood comes with it. I lived with my grandma, my paternal grandma, so it was like my cousins and uncles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I was kind of shielded from the realities of Harvey. Like I couldn't leave off the front porch. I needed to be seen out the front window. All the hoopla that comes along with living in the hood. So, but it was cool for me, And then when I moved out the hood and I went and moved with my mom in Country Club Hills after my grandma died, I was like 11. But at that point, the hood was in me. And so though I was in the for real suburbs, I was considered the ghetto girl. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. You've been hoodified by that.
I had been hoodified. It's so ingrained too. It's wild how those formative years, age 6 through 10 is really who cements you into who you're gonna be.
Yeah,
you know, like, and
true.
it's hard to get out of, man. So I'm hood till I die. But I also can turn on the other voice if need be.
Right. Able to switch it up. That's what's up. So
I fucks with you, Jamari, for correcting my name. Thank you.
Right. There we go.
He did.
Yo,
I appreciate it.
And Jamari from Chicago as well.
Woo woo! You need to come see a stand-up show then.
There you go. She does stand-up comedy as well. We're gonna get into that, and y'all support her. Support my sister out here, fellow comedian.
Yeah.
So you and Harvey, then you move out to Country Club Hills after the unfortunate passing of your grandma. What was high school like going out?
Well, the one I made it out of, I got kicked out of 2 high schools prior to graduating from Thornwood.
Thornwood, you should have shouted out Eddie Curry, right?
Yeah, Eddie Curry. Oh, that's the first person people think about when they think about Thornwood. Nigga, what about Kellye?
Went from high school to the NBA. Yeah,
Eddie Curry, man.
That's a huge accomplishment. High school to the NBA.
Yep, I definitely went to school with Eddie Curry. Eddie Curry and his baby mama.
That's right. We all the same age range, right?
Yep. Yeah. He was a year under me. He was 1 year under me. Yep. But yeah, I went to Thornwood. I went to Rich Central first. I got kicked out of Rich Central for fighting a dean. Wow. And then I went to
friends went to Rich Central.
They was uppity. They had ducks and shit, a pond. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you need ducks in a pond in front of your high school?
I've never seen it. I just know he used to live on our block. His parents started doing better, and they moved out there, and that's where he went to school. And I think I saw him maybe once again in life or something. But
yeah, look, but you know what? It's hood now though. Rich Central and all that whole area, that Park Forest, Olympia Fields area, then.
Olympia Fields is hood.
Yeah, they didn't ungentrify that shit, if that's a word. They didn't that.
Oh, but yeah, you know what? That has been happening because they've been getting everybody out the city and making the city, and all them people left, and now they closer to work and back to the city. Yeah, they flipped it on everybody, and now everybody's stuck all the way out there. Yeah, dang, that's messed up.
Lincoln Mall used to be the draw for that area, you know what I mean? But Lincoln Mall is no longer. So that shit, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So after beating the dean upside the head, go to Thornwood.
Well, no, I didn't go straight to Thornwood. I went to Ombudsman, which is the alternative school for Rich Central. And then I got into another fight. I was angry. I had so much rage.
Baby pockets in you up in there.
I had so much rage.
Right.
I was angry, and I got into another fight with a chick that was fucking my boyfriend. So, and it was, you know what? I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. If she listening, which I'm sure she ain't, but I send love and light to her always, because we ain't have to whoop her ass like that. We jumped her, and I think that's always an unfair fight. You know what I'm saying? It should be a one-on-one. It should never be multiple people. But it was me and my girls, and we went ham. And the police showed up at my door after we left the scene, and so I got kicked out of Ombudsman. Woo. And then my mom had to move. We had to move to Markham because there were no other schools in that district or in that area that would take me. And I lived in Country Club Hills, so we moved to Markham, and then. In Markham is when I started going to Thornwood. And at Thornwood, he told my dean, Dean Kennedy, I love him to death. I actually looked him up not too long ago. He's deceased now, but he is the reason why I'm where I am and who I am. Not solely, but I made it out of that high school. I would have went to Pace had I got kicked out of Thornwood. And you go to Pace, nigga, your life is over. It's like a mini prison. You know what I'm saying? So he told me I had 1 year probation. He was like, if you even breathe wrong in this year,
damn,
you out of here. He was like, I'm telling you now. He was like, because I know your history. But he said that, but he didn't actually do that. So, because you know, you can't just knock the badness out of me if that's how I show up. And so I was still doing stuff, getting in trouble, and I would get kicked out of class. And when I did, he would always make me staple papers in his office versus like suspending me. You know what I mean? He kind of like took me under his wing and was like, I'm gonna try to help you through this. And he did. So
that's what's up, man. Shout out to all the teachers out there that think that their job don't have any gratitude. You never know the difference you may be making.
Absolutely. Not all old white men are bad. He was decent.
There you go. That's what's up. So, you know, while in high school at Thornwood or any of these other previous stops, did you catch the acting or the comedy bug or the singing or any bug during this time? I mean,
so I was voted class clown. I didn't win, but I was up there on the list of class clowns because I mean I stayed talking shit and getting in trouble.
So and that's actually rare for you know the ladies to be on the class clown list.
Yep. And wait, the person who won, one of my best friends today, Shantae, was also on the class clown list. And it kind of, and I still bring this up to this day. I'm like, nigga, I am a full-time stand-up comedian and you went to the military. So who should have won? You know what I'm saying? Who should have won? I should have won.
Right. Ain't that something? That's crazy.
But yeah, so I was voted class clown. I didn't do any acting or anything like that. I did track and some basketball. Throughout my high school career or whatever, I did a little bit of basketball and a little bit of track and acting a fool always. Yeah, but no acting. I didn't get into acting until I graduated. But wait. To rewind back to when I was 8, my grandma took me on an audition for a Palmolive commercial.
Okay.
And I remember being in the audition and having to like do my hands like this, right? And I didn't get the role, but that was the first time that I had been in like an open casting call. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this, right? Mm-hmm. So when I graduated from high school, you said what?
No, I was just saying that was fun with that experience.
Yeah, it was a great experience. And so when I graduated from high school, I went to the military so that they could pay for me to go to college. And I went to the Air Force. And then after I got out of the Air Force, I went to Columbia College and studied acting.
Columbia College. That's where
Columbia
I went.
College. Did you?
That's right. 96. Yeah.
That was way before my time.
Yeah, I went there in 96 to 99.
Wow. I was just getting in high school in 96. That was the first high school I got kicked out of. That was the 96 era.
You making me feel old up in here, girl.
I mean, you are older than me, but I ain't gonna say you old.
Older.
Older.
There we go. Like Budweiser. Yeah, but so you made it to Thornway, and I almost went to the Air Force at one time. I didn't, but I wasn't trying to be a pilot. But what the Air Force? So after high school, what make you decide? How did that happen to get to the Air Force? I mean,
I had a kid when I was I had a second kid when I was 19, okay. And I wanted to provide. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to like sustain living a real like fruitful life with this baby if I don't do something. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that my options were limited. I didn't have no money. I didn't come from money.
And you wasn't thinking about going to school at that moment yet.
And I knew I wanted to go to Columbia. I knew that I wanted to study acting, but I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. And so then I found out that if I went to the military, I could get the GI Bill. And so I was like, oh, that's where it's at right there. And so I went into the Air Force Reserves. I was the electrician. And yeah, I'm very handy, man.
And you knew that's good at that young age. At least you knew that you didn't want loans.
Oh no.
To go to school loans?
We had loans too.
Oh, you did.
How much Columbia cost for you? Because the GI Bill wasn't covering the whole thing.
What? Well, it must have went up. But it wasn't that expensive when I went there. So because being in-state school and this and that, I think it was like $12,000 a year or something.
Yeah, no. It's a private college though.
Yeah.
So it don't matter if it's in state or not. You don't get a deal because you come in state. It's a private college.
Right. That's true because it's not a state school.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that expensive.
It was expensive for me. It was hella expensive. I did GI Bill. I did loans, and then I also got a lot of credits and stuff because I had a kid. So that was great. I ended up getting rid of my loans, thankfully, years later, through like this loan forgiveness program.
I did too.
Yep. Before the pandemic and all that, I ended up getting rid of them on some other shit.
Yep.
So I was like,
almost
thank
5 years before the pandemic.
Yep.
I did too. That's funny that but see, all of my stuff together was only like 26 something, 26. So
60,000. I had like 60,000.
I should have tried to finish. I was so close to finish, I wasn't able to. But wow,
I ain't finished either.
Wow, and still, the price of inflation, man. Inflation ain't no joke.
Yep,
no joke. So, Air Force, electrician, where you at? Where they putting you in the world? How long you in the Air Force?
I was in the reserves, so. Okay. So I got to come back home, and then I trained at Grissom. Well, my home base, quote unquote, is Grissom Air Force Base in Indiana.
Where is that?
Indiana.
Okay.
Yep. So that's where I went once a month out of the weekend, and then I also traveled to like Austria and Italy and Switzerland and all these other places during my 2 week. You got to go for 2 weeks too when you're active duty. So I did that once a year. And it was cool for a little while. And then I started to really take acting and stuff seriously. And I told my commander at the time, like, I don't want to do this no more.
And so how does that work when you don't want to do it no more?
They gave me a general discharge, which I'm kind of mad about. I should have stayed. I only had like 2 years left. And if I would have stayed, I would have got full benefits as a veteran, so I will be able to buy a house under the veteran loan. I will be able to do all these things that I don't qualify for now because I got out under general. And general is not bad or good, it's just general. But you don't get nothing under general.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
You didn't think about that part at the moment though, huh?
Nope, I didn't think about it. I was like, because in my mind, I was like, nigga, I'm gonna be so rich.
Right.
I'm gonna be an actress and I'm gonna be a comedian and I'm gonna be rich as fuck. And that is not my reality still to this day. So for
most of us.
Right.
So.
I mean, if you Google it, make it look like I got a lot of money. On Google, it says I'm worth like 17 million, but I want to know who the hell got access to that account. Because it ain't me.
Boy, I know that's right. I want somebody to Google and tell them I got $1 million or $2 million.
Man.
I don't think they're gonna find that one, but if they do, let me know. We gonna find who that is.
I want to know.
It's under my name, so I'm here to get it.
Somebody owe me something.
Boy, for real. So 2 years. You was 2 years or 4 years? You said 2 out of the 4, right?
I had 6, so I was 4 out of the 6. Yeah.
2 away.
2 away from all of my benefits. 2 away from a home with 0% APR.
See, these are the things that like get you hard as a 0 APR.
When you're an adult, you start looking at that shit like, like I ain't gonna lie. Because I think the APR right now is like 7%.
Yeah, I know.
It's insane.
I remember when I bought a car when I was younger and it was what 18-20% or something. I was like, oh my goodness. But I was young with credit and happy to get it. And then when I had credit, I was glad when I had good credit, get a car for 5% or something. So you get out early. You then decide what you're gonna go to Columbia College and hit
I was already at Columbia.
Okay, you're right. That's right. You say, and then you was getting the acting, taking it more seriously.
I was taking acting more seriously.
Right. So then you get out. Then what happens now that you take it more seriously?
Somebody told me I was working at Foot Locker at the time, and then somebody. Okay, so what really happened? I was working at Foot Locker. A Latino family was in there. I asked them, did they need help with anything? They said they didn't speak English. I was like, well, I can't help you because I don't speak Spanish. So then we were in the mall. We were at River Oaks. And so they walk out right in the front of the store. Crisp fucking English. Crisp. Yo, bro, I'm finna run over here to this store. Hey, you going to McDonald's? Grab me an XYZ, number 2, supersize, right? I'm like, nigga, why y'all lie? What's the point of lying? And so I just started roasting them, right? I don't even remember what I said, but I definitely roasted the shit out of them. And it just happened to be
hey, that's some straight Chicago stuff right there, man. For real. I live here and there. People be doing stuff and they be shocked when I like come and confront them. And so they ain't used to that. Like, man, hey, we gonna pull up.
Yes.
Hey, why you do that?
I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna make it funny. I ain't gonna hurt your feelings. I'm gonna make you laugh and cry. You know what I'm saying? At the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So what they say?
So I started roasting them, and it happened to be they didn't say anything. They was still walking out, and it just happened to be a producer in there that was doing a weekly comedy show at the Holiday Inn in Matson with Damon Williams, and I think I was like 24, because you had to be 25 or older to get in the club or whatever. And I wasn't even old enough to get in there, but he let me. He was like, yo, he came up to me and said, have you ever tried stand-up comedy? And I was like, no. He said, you funny as hell. He was like, I'm over here dying laughing at you, right? And I was like, nah. He's like, if I give you 5 minutes, will you do it? Will you take it? And I was like, yeah. And I was also working at the Department of Homeland Security for TSA at the time. So I was working at TSA, I was working at Foot Locker, and I was in school full time and neglecting the shit out of my daughter. You know how that goes. So
you Jamaican up in here. You stay up in them crooked government positions out here. That was in your blood. So you wasn't allowed to put this role. That was natural. You stay
very natural.
You walk the line. Okay, I got you.
Yes, and I was a little crooked in that position too. I don't want to talk about it though. I ain't gonna incriminate myself.
Right. Hey, we ain't find no drugs. Believe me. We ain't find no money, nothing.
Nothing. I don't know what you mean.
Right.
What?
Nobody did nothing when I was on my shift. Everybody did the right thing, got on there, took their shoes off. Their feet ain't even stink. Okay, that's all.
Plus, it's not my fault you put your Rolex in your check bag. Who does that?
Right. You don't know what time it is, so hey, use your phone from now on. That's what you was doing anyway. Hey, shit happens. You got insurance.
I was doing stand-up. I mean, I was working there and I went back to work. This is funny too. I went back to work and I was like, yo, I got this spot. I'm gonna do stand-up comedy, y'all, at this spot. I was like, what should I name myself? Because this is back when people used to use names like, Earthquake and all them shits, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, what should I name myself? And they was like, and this dude was like, your butt is shaped like a grapefruit. You should name yourself Grapefruit. And so that was my stage name, was Grapefruit. And I went on stage and I did 5 minutes of stand-up as Grapefruit. And I loved it. And I got kind of like a partial standing ovation. Not really, just the people that came with me had stood up and clapped, which made me feel good. So them 8 people that was with me clapped. And then 2 weeks later, Damon hit me up and was like, yo, can you come do this spot in Gary for $30? And I had only been on stage once before that. And now here I am on the stage a second time getting paid, which is unheard of in stand-up comedy. You do open mics trying to hone your craft for years before you actually start making money as a comedian. You know, usually you eat shit for quite a while before you even understand what comedy really is,
Right.
But I was making money already. And so I took that $30, went back to work at TSA, put in a transfer to LAX, quit school, and moved to LA that next month. I was like, I'm finna be famous. I'm already
right. I done got paid $30. I'm getting paid. Hey, ain't shit pop up me now. I'm just in the wrong spot. If I wasn't in Gary, I was in LA. It would have been 3,000. And then my you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The star can only shine so bright in GI.
Yes, exactly.
So now you go to the big pond.
Yes. Big pond, and then what do you say? Kellye's stage name 32.
You said Kellye's stage name equals 32. She make you show all 32 teeth.
I want my residual. Is that what grapefruit equals? Grapefruit equals 32 in numbers. That's funny. That ain't my stage name no more, man. I ain't went back grapefruit since that second show.
Right.
Because somebody came up to me and said, if you really want to be successful at this, you don't want to be going by grapefruit. And I was like, huh, okay. I guess I'll just go by my name. And so I just started going by Kellye Howard. But I moved to LA, didn't get on another stage because I'm living in LA and I'm working at a job where I'm getting paid $45,000 a year at age 24. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never been somewhere where it was hot all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's 70 degrees.
Every day is a great day, right?
Right. I'm like, this is life right here, bro. So I honestly didn't even do stand-up after that. I just lived there, and I didn't do any acting because it's not that easy to get into acting when you move to LA. Like, you got to find an agent. You got to find, it's a lot of things you need to do first. And it's so saturated. It's flooded with people who is thinking the exact same thing as you. So,
and it's a lot of talented people too.
A lot of talented people, and a lot of people willing to do things that I'm not.
Yeah, that is, you know.
So,
some people in the news in trouble for that too. We may talk about that.
True.
Yeah, so
very true. I mean, had I been willing, I'd be eating today.
Man, made that thought. See, that's the problem. You wasn't ready to know what the stars do.
Damn. Could be a millionaire.
Now you could have been the next Lunel. No, I'm playing. Better than that one now, but go ahead.
But yeah, so I moved to LA, didn't do much in the entertainment industry after that. And then Pauly Shore was having a open call
at the Comedy Store.
At the Comedy Store. He was doing a show called, I don't know if you remember, Minding the Store. That show he came out with where he was taking over the Comedy Store from his mom, Mitzi.
Right.
It was on TBS, I think. Yeah, I think it was on TBS. So he was doing a segment within that show called The Hot Girls of Comedy. And he did a cattle call where he asked female comedians to come down, and you had 1 minute to make Pauly Shore laugh. And I had him cracking up laughing. And I don't know if you know, do you know who Gabrielle Dennis is? She played on Black Lady Sketch Show. She also played Whitney.
I know who it is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We was in line together, and she had never done stand-up. And here I am 2 times on stage, right? And she like, I'm so nervous. And I'm like, you just gotta go in there and be yourself. I'm here, I am coaching her 2 times on stage. Like I got the secret sauce.
Right.
But we both got casted. Casted. I got paid $800 to do 5 minutes of stand-up on TV. They didn't air it. All you saw at the end was me waving with the rest of the crew. Like, they cut my whole segment out. And that's because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, I didn't know what, I had been on stage twice. And I was doing this Chicago style performance, which is just like, get up there and make them laugh.
Right.
Whatever that looks like. You know, it wasn't like crafted jokes.
Right.
With actual skills behind it. And so, I got casted. I made them laugh. It didn't air. And then that's when I realized, I was like, okay, I need to if I'm going to do stand-up, I need to be for real. And so I moved back to Chicago. I was in LA for 2 years. I moved back to Chicago. Plus, I didn't have a lot of support with my daughter. You can't really do stand-up comedy with a kid by yourself in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody, you need a babysitter that you can trust.
Yeah.
And so I moved back.
It's a nighttime thing.
It's a nighttime thing, right? And so I moved back to Chicago and then hit the ground running in 2006 and been doing stand-up ever since. So 17 years.
Wow. OG in the game in this piece. That's what's up.
I didn't get back into acting till probably like a good 8 years after that. So about 11 years ago, maybe 11, 12 years ago is when I started really taking acting seriously. I mean, I was still taking classes. I was like studying at the Second City and taking acting classes so I've always been studious. I've always stayed, maintained my craft, but I wasn't like, I didn't have an agent. I wasn't active in the actual industry until about 11 or 12 years ago.
Okay. I got you. So for the most part, your main job has been stand-up though?
Stand-up comedy. And now acting. I make more in acting than I do in stand-up now, which is
true. It's easier to make it more once you get it. But for the last 17 years, your primary job has been stand-up? That's what's up.
In 2000,
accomplishment right there to pay your bills with stand up. That
hold on. Don't congratulate me yet, bro.
Let me take him back. Take him back
here. And so in 2006, I was working at Sprint and doing stand up.
Okay.
I was still in school. I always stayed in school. I was always like in school. It was just something about, I'm a very curious, studious person. I love to like learn. So I was always in school. At that point, I was at Purdue, Cal, studying sociology, because I figured what better way to do stand up is the study of people and how they think and how they move throughout the world, right? So that was my thought.
You're thinking way too hard on this.
That was my thoughts around doing sociology. So I took up sociology at Purdue.
You can stand up to the whole nother level.
Whole nother level.
Broke it down to the damn, you know what I'm saying, perpendicular to a square.
You know, because if you're going to do it, you need to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be showing up half-assed.
Right. You just took it to the Nike level. So
do it. Just do it. So
right.
I was working at Sprint, though, and then I was also, but I was making a decent amount in stand-up. I was only part-time at Sprint. And then in 2010, I was pregnant and I stopped working at Sprint, and I have not been back. I've always done stand-up since then. So what's this, 2024? So the last 14 years, yeah.
Still, it's been great. I'm gonna give them back. Let me give them back.
You can give them back. But also you got to give some to my husband too, because he makes a decent amount of money, which offsets my non-decent amount of money.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Right. It is definitely teamwork. Because I don't think I would be able to just survive off of stand-up if I wasn't married. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. And speaking of that, because we didn't talk all this stuff, how did that happen? We skipped the hubby and the kids, you know. I know you don't want to put too much out there, but how'd you all meet and how that all work out and stuff?
It's actually a clip on my Instagram at the top of my reels that say how we met. My husband, I roasted him. He was in the audience, and I roasted that nigga.
Yeah.
I was pregnant by a dude I wasn't with no more. I was bitter and roasting every couple that I could find. And he was right there and my husband's Asian. And so he was sitting there with a black chick, and I roasted him and the chick. And he found me hilarious. He was like, "Oh my God, you were so funny." And he was like, "I'm gonna come back." And he came back with a different black chick, and I roasted his ass again. And then he started like following me on Facebook, and we were just like, you know, connected, but not like it's Facebook. And so I had posted a post about, I was bitter, I was angry, I was pregnant, you know, and I posted a post about men being, I don't know, terrible humans or something like that. And he replied like, you know, he really hates when men sleep with women and make women feel like they can trust them without taking responsibility for whatever they did to make that trust a thing. You know what I mean? And so I saw that comment and I was like, oh, okay. Right. And I went to reply, but he had deleted it. And so then I went over to his page and was like, yo, did you delete a comment off my page? And he was like, I did, but I felt like it was out of context for what you were trying to express, and I didn't want to skew the conversation. And I was like, oh, that's very considerate. I did read what you read. And when I'm done doing me and you done doing you, how's 2013? And he was like, I'll go grab my tux today. And we LOL'd it off and didn't speak again for months, like no interactions at all. And then I had the baby, and I was in the hospital with her, and a picture of some spaghetti popped up on my Facebook feed under an album that said "Real Men Cook," and I commented, "Real bitches eat." And then he messaged me and was like, "Yo, this is my signature spaghetti. I can make you some and bring it up to the comedy club next time you're there." And I was like, well, I'm not going to be there for a while. The baby is sick. I don't know what's going on. They're transferring us to Riley's Children's Hospital in Indianapolis.
I know exactly where that is.
Yep. I love Riley. Great hospital. Great hospital.
That's
great support.
Big time hospital here.
Huge hospital. It is that hospital of that community, essentially. Without that hospital, that's no community. It's amazing. They do a lot of great work, but I was like, I'm transferring to Riley Children's Hospital. I don't know when I'll be back. And he was like, well, let me meet you on your way up there. When are you leaving? And then we met for breakfast at Cracker Barrel, and he gave me all this spaghetti, and he was like, here's a week worth of spaghetti, and we've been together ever since. We started talking and being friends then. We were just like talking on the phone all the time and just kind of chatting and stuff. And then about 3 or 4 months later, we started dating.
That's what's up. Some good ass spaghetti. Get my spaghetti game going.
It was delicious spaghetti.
That's what's up, though. That's a sweet story.
And you do all the cooking because I don't cook.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody listening out there, you know, hey, man, it ain't always got to be some instant hookup, wham, bam, I'm in love, you know. Let things happen. Let things happen naturally. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You know?
Yeah, we were friends. I mean, what could I do, right? I was dealing with a full-on child in a hospital at the time. I couldn't be in no committed relationship. Like, I didn't have the energy for it anyway. So he was just a really good support system. Like, he was a really good friend.
Plus, he had 2 black chicks to deal with anyway, so he could wait.
You said what?
He had 2 black chicks to deal with already anyway. He could wait.
He had a closet full of black people.
Right. He had enough. He was all right. He was satisfied for a while. Let you get ready. Yeah. He ready for number 3. 3rd time's the charm, though. That's the key, right? To his credit, right? Hey, 3rd time and no more. There you go.
Yep. Fast forward, we did get married in June 2013. We had to go dig through the Facebook. When he asked to marry me, we had to go dig through the Facebook chat to find the date that we had said, and we said 2013. We got married in 2013.
Damn, that's what's up.
Some fairy tale shit, man, for real.
Yeah, that's tight. That's what's up. Yeah, man. So after all of that, y'all got married. So through 2013, all of this, you've been working, grinding. You've been through the Air Force, everything. How did you feel about maybe going to war or something? I know you said reserves, but I meant to ask you that. Was you ever concerned about that?
Oh, I was concerned about that. And I had already decided in my mind when I signed up that the second they told me I had to go to war, nigga, I was going AWOL. They weren't going to find me.
Just like you was ready. You said, I'm going AWOL.
I had already decided. The second I signed up, I was like, I'm going, but I ain't going. I go, but I ain't going.
Oh, snap.
I was there for the school money.
Oh, my goodness. I hear that.
Period.
You weren't trying to really do what you had. They wanted. They like, hey, I agree. Wink, wink. As long as you don't send me nowhere, I'll come up one weekend a month.
Man, listen, war ain't shit but ego. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm out there fighting for some white man's ego.
Hey, I don't know if it's always. I don't know.
It's a lot of power. It's a lot of power and ego and control in war.
True.
That's what it's about. It's about controlling and taking over something that somebody don't want to do. And I just can't. I can't subscribe.
No, I don't necessarily support or agree with war either. What you think about what's going on with Israel and Palestine situation without having to get too deep and technical, but just overall.
It's intense. It's intense. And I think that innocent children should never have to die for ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of innocent babies dying in the midst of this fucking tangle that they got going on. And it's like, and for what? You know, we're witnessing genocide, essentially. We're witnessing it in real time. You know, if you follow Sean King, nigga, you always sad.
I don't follow Sean King.
It's probably for the best. Because all the sensitive content, everything that he posts is sensitive content.
I ain't seen him. I might have to look just a glance or two, but what I do know is that it is a lot of horrible stuff going on. I mean, what happened in the beginning to start what they doing is bad, but you could go back to, 50, 60, 70 years. You could just keep, it's just a mess, man. It should have been straightened out a long time ago. I
think that the U.S. always got to put their little 2 cents into some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they always got to be the mediator.
Well, that goes back to also when you dig back, that probably was the big mistake we had after World War II of trying to be the police, the good guys, because it's kind of stretched us thin, and then it's made us look like the bad guys because nobody likes the police. We're the world police. So now we went from a position of everybody loving America and admiring to now they don't love us and admire because we got to have our troops everywhere and bases everywhere. And normally you don't see troops and deployed for parades and stuff everywhere. It's normally for something negative. So
yeah,
we should have maybe had like the UN made that stronger maybe after World War II and have it as a UN forces everywhere. At least they won't say America. They'd say, well, UN this or UN that. It would be a neutral, not one country as the police. You know what I'm saying?
but then America wouldn't be able to boast about how big their dick is.
True.
Because that's really what it's about.
True. And then they actually got control over that territory when they put American bases, whereas if it was UN, they probably have to share control and information and stuff. So, you know, and that all goes back to what you were saying earlier with ego. You know, power. Ego comes into play, yeah, with all of this stuff and so many things. You say power, that's a good segue. Power. So you talking about getting into acting and stuff. How you get into acting, back into acting, which eventually, I know people know about Power. That was one of your most recent roles people seen, but
I smoke a lot of weed, so I don't even know how specifically I got into it back when. I got a medical marijuana card. Don't judge me.
glaucoma, man.
I don't even remember exactly how I got back into it. Like I said, I was always studying, you know, at Second City and all these different training programs in Chicago through acting. I think I might have just like auditioned for an agent or something, you know. Yep, The Game. She did play on The Game. I might have just auditioned for like I'm not even 100% sure how I got back in. I know I played some bullshit E-list. I don't even know if you can call them D-list, F-list movies, Z-list movies. I played a few Z-list movies.
It's on Tubi. It's Z-list. We
get Tubi type movies.
Right.
You know, I played it, and then you know it's funny because I played in a movie. It was called Player in Training. Okay. And it's actually, I think it's listed on my IMDb. And I saw it recently. I saw like a clip of it and I was trash. I could not act. I was trash. Like, it's one of the movies where you be like, what is she doing? Like, I was definitely like, oh, I see why I wasn't getting casted. That makes sense. I wouldn't have casted myself.
Right. So you can see the growth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Because, you know, when you first starting out as actors, I think that you just try too hard.
Right. And then, of course, you always feel like you may never get another role. So, you know.
You're always trying.
Right.
Trying to do most.
So here you are on IMDb.
That is me.
Yes, ma'am. We see.
Player in Training.
They gave
2005.
So everybody that was in the movie must have rated it an 8.3, huh?
Everybody. I need to go in there and rate
16. You got 16 people. All 16 of y'all rated it a 10.
I was a trash performer. I mean, the movie itself was a good movie. I just was trash.
Okay. What was the experience like? It must have been something. You got another job after it. He went from clown to being down. I mean, what's wrong with that? He a player in training, baby. Was you one of the playettes?
No, I was like somebody's sister or something. I was hiding behind my brother. It was a dumb scene.
Oh, look at this picture. This look like VHS. What is these? Oh, wow. Okay, so you was
I don't even know. Am I on any of those pictures? I don't think I am.
It got your name on here now as one of the stars, though. I guess they.
Yeah, I just think that's because I'm probably one of the more successful ones out of the movie.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I definitely wasn't one of the stars. I had a very small role. Very small.
Okay, so and that was in Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay. 2005. My son was born in 2004.
Long time ago. And that's before I even I wasn't even doing stand-up yet. I moved back to Chicago in 2006 and did stand-up. I think I did this movie before I ever left for LA. So it was probably put out in 2005, but it was definitely filmed in like 2003, 2004.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. So you get the bug with Player in Training. What's up with the life and times of Samantha Jane? 2000.
You see that huge gap? That's 11 years.
That's that grind in between.
11 years. That's that stand up.
Right.
So that's my homegirl Fatima Talia. She's actually from Harvey, and she's a stand-up comedian. She lives in LA right now, and that was a movie, a short or a series actually that she had wrote about moving to LA and trying to figure out the layout of LA. And I played her sister in that, and she's great. She's out there killing it right now in LA. Another Harvey girl, and that's Selena Johnson's cousin actually.
Oh, okay.
A lot of connections from Harvey.
I see. All right. So that's what's up. And then after that, you end up doing a couple other projects.
I did like Chicago Fire, Empire.
Yeah, Empire. What's up with Empire? What was that experience like?
I played a choreographer and Cookie chewed me out, aka Taraji P chewed me out in it, basically telling me that I wasn't supposed to do what I was doing. And I was at the top of the show. It was probably like a good 4-minute scene, if that. There I am right there with the bottle. That's the pit with the white and black. That was me back when I had a fro.
Look at you.
Tipping back.
2016, Life and Times. Yes, indeed.
That's when I started my locks, 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they got some growth.
Yeah, baby. And I just cut it.
That's what's up. So you doing Empire, Chicago Fire?
Chicago Fire. I played a hostage negotiator in Chicago Fire. That was a good scene. Actually, they shoot in Chicago Fire a episode right down the street from my house today. When I was walking to the gym, I walked past all the set signs and the street blockage and all that. Pretty cool.
That's what's up. What, you still stay in the downtown area, you say, or?
I stay in the south side of Chicago.
South side? Oh, okay. All right. So you
I did Chicago Justice too before that. I did Chicago Justice before Chicago Fire. I played that was my first real role on TV was Chicago Justice, which I don't know if that's listed on there. But I played a drunk crackhead because I felt some type of way. Yep, Keto's my. I felt some type of way about playing a crackhead as my first role on TV. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then I was like, and then that was when I auditioned for it. And then when they casted me, when they was like, we want her, I was like, well, I guess I feel good because I ain't gonna turn it down.
Right. Chicago Justice. I'm not. A lot of people are. If you don't know, I wasn't too familiar with this, but they got a lot of those Chicago. Is this connected with the Chicago PD and all of that?
Yep. All Dick Wolf shows.
Yeah. So yeah, the Dick Wolf, universe is very expansive and it's really good.
Yeah, Justice didn't make it though. It wasn't that great. They was trying too hard.
They got a lot of Chicago stuff going on, but
yeah.
Bless you. Right. So nevertheless, you still getting roles now, moving on up.
But all in between there, I'm doing commercials and stuff too. I did a national Humira commercial that was very lucrative. And
the nationals is where you want right there.
Yeah, and pharmaceuticals. Humira is a pharmaceutical, so you get a pharmaceutical commercial. That's a nice little check right there. So
yeah, because they run those all the time.
They run them back to back to back on all the channels.
Yeah.
So I did that and stand up. I did some stuff on stand up comedy that's not listed on there. Last Comic Stand-In, Fox Laughs, Comedy Central, Stand Up at the El Rey, stuff like that. Just for Laughs. I wrote 3 one-woman shows that obviously wouldn't be listed on my IMDb. And my latest one I did last year, actually, at the Steppenwolf Theater here in Chicago.
Okay, that's nice. The Steppenwolf is nice.
I know. I was very proud of myself.
Yeah, that's a good accomplishment right there. That's what's up.
4 sold out standing ovations. It was a great show. It was a great little run. Yeah. Yeah,
that's dope. And so after all of that, in between, how did the Power Universe situation come across, and how did you get into into that. I know, you know, the audition process and all of that. So your agent say, hey, I got you an audition for Power. What's your thoughts?
So it was actually a last minute thing. I was at my agent's house. I mean, not my agent. I was at my acting coach's house doing a completely different scene for a completely different show. And my manager called me and was like, hey, I'm about to send you an audition and I need you to record it right now. Oh, thank you. She was like, I need you to record it right now. They need it by, I think, like 6 p.m. And it was like 5:12 or some shit, right? And I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't want to do it right. I'm complaining and shit. And they was like, they really need. And then she was like, just so you know, they've been looking for somebody. They have been trying to cast this role, LA, New York. They've been trying to cast this role. They've been having a hard time finding somebody who can be sexy and look like they will work in an all-males prison, have the energy of somebody that could work in an all-male prison. I was like, oh, that's me.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right.
But I actually didn't even receive it at that moment, like mentally. I just was like, all right. I was like, it was a throwaway for me. It was like, I'm gonna just do this this audition real quick. I'm here at my coach's house. Let's just put this on tape. And the scene that they sent me, it was the bedroom scene with Diamond, right? And so I didn't have anything for that. I didn't have any like sexy anything to wear. So I just took my shirt off and did the audition in my bra. I was like, I'm gonna just do it in my bra. And I did the audition and instantly got called back. And they wanted me to do another scene, the scene with you. That's the scene that they sent me. And so I met up with my coach again, and I actually went all out. Once I saw that they wanted me, I got a little bit excited, and I was like, okay, this is a recur. Let me go. And I went down to the Chicago has a police like a store that's dedicated to police uniforms and stuff like that. And I went and I got me a shirt for police officers or whatever, and I had them put the little patch on there and did the whole thing. And so that's what I wore in the audition that I submitted to them, the scene that we did. And yeah, they like 2 days later, they was like, you got it. And when I was on set, Mary and all of those people, you know, the directors and stuff, they were saying, they were like, oh my God. They was like, we had been looking for somebody that could do what you did for so long. It was like, we're very excited that you're here. And I was like, oh my God, thank you.
Right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Congrats. And that just go to show, man, a little extra effort and work, man, and go a long way, man. A lot of people sometimes see the end result, but they don't know all the other stuff in the middle, you know. And sometimes places will say, you know, show up, do this or that, but you thinking outside the box, going to get the shirt, going to do this extra stuff. I don't know if it made a difference or not, but it definitely didn't hurt, you know, and that's the key.
And it made me feel good. You know, sometimes we think we got to do stuff for the other person. It's not for them. It's really for you. So if I feel better in this scene because I'm dressed like a corrections officer, then that's going to make me embody this character more deeply versus if I'm up in there in a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a different energy. So
yeah,
I'm doing it for me more than anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you get the role, and now, you know, they have you filming. Which one did they have you film first? Scenes with me or scenes with Diamond?
Scenes with Diamond. The scene in the basement scene where I was naked on his couch on that. Thank God it was stage propped. It was
right
propped, because I wouldn't have laid on somebody's couch that looked like that in real life.
Right.
You would have never seen me laying on a couch like that. I have way more respect for myself.
Being in a dirty basement, but negative.
On a couch like that.
They treat you like a bust down in here, boy.
Exactly.
Right. So what's that like filming those type of scenes? Not only, you know, you're a woman, that's, you know, of course you got to watch, get your goodies and all of that. Then they got the Me Too stuff in the world. Then you married, kids. How is all this stuff playing your mind? And, you know, then being with the person, you know.
So kids, you say kids. I ain't got no damn kids. My daughters are 22 and 23. They know what a titty look like. So I wasn't really worried about them. My husband, I did say, hey, I'm going to have to be, you know, I'm gonna be topless in this scene. And he was like, you know, he's thinking about his spreadsheets. He like, if you're gonna be bringing in some money, show them titties.
right. At least it wasn't for free, right?
Yeah. Because he's just always been hella supportive with any career, any endeavor I've wanted to do. Thank you, Hope. Anything I've ever wanted to do, he's been very supportive. So he wasn't really tripping. And I gotta say that Power, they have done a great job with Mosey looking at his couch. They've done a great job with protecting the actors that have to get unclothed on scene. Like you have a intimacy coordinator. So I had an intimacy coordinator there with me the entire time. She was standing right next to me. Like it was a closed set, so it was only the director and the DP and the actor in the room. Everybody else was outside of the room.
And does it really make a difference?
I mean, it does, because you don't have a room full of people. You know, think about it. Think about the prison scene, right? And how many people was in that prison scene, like was there with us. It was probably like a good 50 people from catering to actors to extras to, it was a lot of people. So
let me ask this, because some people kind of wonder, but so it makes a difference, the people standing there looking in your face versus if they look millions on TV. Is different in person more, or would you rather have 50 people look in person or 1 million on TV?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've always been very open. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I personally don't care whether it's 1 million people on TV or 1 million people in front of me. I used to do a show called Strip Joker, where we do stand-up comedy and we strip.
Wait, I've seen that on TV, I think. Strip, was that
you can see, you see that?
Yeah,
up there?
Yeah.
That's me on stage as Strip Joker in a lace thing with some pasties on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was never.
For the guys watching, do you still do that show?
That show is canceled. We don't do that show no more. But I've never cared about that stuff. And I was a stripper before.
But that's you personally. But in general, let me say, do you think it makes a difference versus people in person watching versus people watching at home? Like I know
I do. I think if you're a real actor and that's all you do, like I'm a comedian. So I think comedians have a different type of in-person resilience when it comes to being seen.
Because we got a lot of pain and stuff we deal with inside as a comedian. So
yes,
it's not easier for us to just deal with another uncomfortable moment.
Or just another uncomfortable moment. It's not it's uncomfortable for the moment until we get that first laugh, and then we Gucci. You know what I mean? Yeah. So but for just a traditional actor, I definitely think an intimacy coordinator and feeling protected on set does make a difference, because you're able to really lean into that character and not be thinking in the back of your head, like, is the director looking at my booty cheeks right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to have those thoughts.
Right.
When you're trying to give your best on camera.
Right.
So, the camera pick up everything, to include that fear in your face.
Yeah.
The director looking up your booty hole.
Trying to get another angle. That's all. I'm just trying to get another angle. I want that wide shot. That's it. Matter of fact, let me get a little close up in that.
Yep. And you know what? Rewind. I actually forgot to mention this. Carl Seaton was the director in my first scene, my first intimacy scene. It was also great working with Carl, because I worked with Carl on Chicago Fire.
Okay, so
I had worked with him before. We had a rapport, and so it didn't feel like I was in a scene with like some random people. You know, I felt comfortable. I felt very protected, for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Definitely. What was it like working with Isaac Keys, aka Diamond Samson?
He's great. He's a nice dude. He's a really nice dude. Very quiet, very soft spoken. You know. A gentle giant, if you will. You know, you got this big dude, but he doesn't, I mean, his character in the show is very accurate to like who he is, as far as not the killer, but
right.
The part is like very always trying to bring everything to a resolution. Like, let's let's love on each other. We ain't got to fight, you know, like that's the energy
Right.
he gives off. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, my husband's a photographer, and my husband has actually shot Isaac before, so he has pictures and stuff that he's done of Isaac. He's just a really nice guy. He's a really cool guy.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. That they had that previous interaction as well.
Well, that was after.
Oh, okay.
That was after Power. Yeah.
Okay. But so we see you in the Power universe and all of that. Was this
so
right? So that's the key, you know. A lot of people that watch shows and movies sometimes think that everybody in the movies or shows watch the shows before they got into them, and that's not always the case. Understandable. Everybody can't watch everything.
That's true. It's a lot to watch out here.
It is a lot to watch out here, more than ever. You get from your phone to YouTube and Instagram.
And then
Facebook.
Where does your personal space come in? How do you protect your personal time? How do you have time when you're not on screen and you're just
exercise, read,
all of those things,
cook, try. So but were you into the Power universe before you got into it?
I was.
Okay.
I did watch Power. I love raising Canaan.
Yeah,
I love that particular segment.
The old school days of when we
the old school days. Patina Miller. I don't know her name I forgot her name on the show.
On the show.
Her real name, Patina Miller, but his mom.
Yeah.
She's killing that shit. She's like
killing it.
Like she comes from Broadway. She's amazing as an actress. Like I'm definitely like,
she's gonna be big.
She is big in my eyes, but yeah.
Well, yeah, she is, but she is not where she's like got Angela Bassett type talent.
Yes, and those are some of my favorite. Angela Bassett is one of my favorite actresses as well. Like I loved her in What's Love Got to Do with It.
Oh man, Academy Award winning. It should have been if she didn't.
She didn't win, and that was a big deal because she killed that shit.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, so definitely, but you can bring that drama, sing, dance, everything. Yeah, and then she played a tough role. She killing it. Yeah. Definitely. What did you think about the 50 Cent regular Power and all of that? What did you think about that?
It was cool. It was cool. I watched up until like season 4. I ain't gonna lie, and then I kind of tailed off the last 2 because I think it went 6 seasons.
Yeah.
And then
what you think about them killing ghosts? I know you heard about that. You think he dead or alive? I know it's a lot of people think like Tupac, he dead or alive. What you think?
I don't know. I am feeling a little Tupac-ish around it. I think he on an island somewhere. I think he on an island. But if you look at just the actor's life outside of the show, he went on to do other things, which that happens, right? And
right.
I don't know. If
he did mention that they contacted him about making a comeback, and he said if he asked for a couple of things and had those things been met, I would have been back. But those things wasn't met. I mean, of course, them things is probably money, but
right. He like, I need $1 million an episode.
He should have been said that at season 3 or 4.
50 could have did that. He could have given
easy. That show put them on the map with these shows and movies. 50 movies was okay, but they wasn't doing all that before.
I forgot that nigga did movies first.
And see what I'm saying?
He did.
And his TV shows and stuff, other than the Power universe, it's not really been hitting. He had a comedy show at one time. Did you see that? 50 Cent stand-up comedy and mixed with sketch shows. It was called 50 Central. Oh man, it only probably.
Oh my God, no! I do not remember that.
I'm about to show you. I watched that a couple times. I was like, oh no, I could come up in here and rock this place.
That's hilarious.
2017. Here it is. Let me show you. Oh man, it ain't do nada.
Did they come and say, do you think Isaac has a BBL? Wait.
Look at you. Here go 50 Cent. It had.
I don't remember this. Was this on Comedy Central?
Wait, it was on BET, I think. Vince Swan, Mark Harley, Jasmine Brown, Tristan Wayne. You know any of these people?
Well, that's where they went wrong. None of these niggas are comedians. I don't know any of these people.
I don't know any of these people.
Oh, Tiffany. JB Smooth. JB Smooth is a comedian.
Smooth and Tiffany.
Michael Blackson's a comedian.
Oh yeah, Michael Blackson.
Yeah, Michael Blackson, JB, Tiffany, Vivica
Fox is playing his ex-girlfriend. She was his ex-girlfriend.
In real life?
Yeah, her and 50 dated. You remember that?
Hilarious.
They dated for a second when he was first got big.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. None of these people.
None of them are comedians. You know, that's what really gets me when people cast actors to do comedy. Like, I mean, I get it, but it's a different, it's timing.
Right.
It's all about timing, and comedians just have
it's natural.
Like a natural timing. They know they understand how to hit a punchline and make it really funny, which is why comedians go on to do so great as actors, because they understand that. You know, Jim Carrey was a stand-up first before he became a actor, and now look at Jim Carrey. Eddie Murphy, right?
Richard Pryor,
Jamie Foxx,
Martin Lawrence.
Like, I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
The list goes on and on. Yeah, comedians do make best actors in my opinion. Red Fox. You can go on and on down the list of the comedian. Hell, Rodney Dangerfield.
Richard Pryor. I mean, we can just
Jerry Seinfeld.
We can just keep going. We just keep going. Like, and you know, and they have the classics, right? They have the classic shows that you don't forget. You can watch their show today and still laugh as though it was when it came out. And so it's about that timing. That's not something you can train, or you can. Let me not say that, because I do believe
you can do some lines in a movie.
I do believe you can train somebody to have comedic timing over time.
True. You can train them to talk in like the time. Yeah, the guy walk in and, you know, he say, "Hey, boy, my arms are tired."
You can train, but they're not gonna have it naturally, and they're not gonna really.
They would need a writer off the camera. Exactly. They really are being a performer. They're not an actual comedian. They're putting on a performance. You write the comedy and this and that, and I'll perform it. You know, like a ghostwriter. Like maybe some people say Drake is a great rapper, or is he a great performer?
Right.
So, you know, I don't know.
Or is he neither?
Yeah. Well, he doing something. He's selling all this stuff. Everybody listening to something, but I don't know.
Because he's beautiful. He's a nice looking man. You know what I mean?
So when they hear the music, you imagine his looks?
I think when they hear the music, they imagine possibly being chosen.
So wrong.
He got so many emotions that they like, oh my God, I can relate. If he choose me.
I'll be the one he stay with. I got that WAP for you.
Right. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the chosen one. Oh my God, the delusion of women when we think that.
Speaking of women, what's what they say most women on these dating apps, the Tinders and stuff of the world, 80% choose the same 20% of guys. What's going on with that if that's the case? Is it that women are not realizing they missing other things because they chasing the same thing, and what they chasing may not be what they should be looking for? I don't know.
You got to ask some questions to somebody that never had to do a dating app. You know what I'm talking about? I've been married prior to that, so I don't even know what that world looks like.
Hey, I don't either, but I was just trying to get the perspective. I don't know. I can't
imagine why. I mean, I guess, you know, it's the same thing with, like, all right, if we're gonna say women choose the same 20%, I would assume it's from the same perspective of like why women date the same type of men. Right? And it's based on what's going on inside of them.
Or is it society? Because like the reason I say is with women and not why men, because men, if it said men date the same kind of woman, well, we could already say it's probably looks and
he said, so the ladies can imagine Drake on top of them crying. That's what it is. That's what it is. They're like, I'll drink your tears, Drake.
I'll drink your tears.
I think that people like familiarity. I think that's what it
Women
is.
like the looks and stuff the same as men, pretty much, at least first.
They like familiarity. They like to be with something that feels familiar. And so if they've already been in this vibe of type of men, they're going to probably stay. You're not going to go way out that box to try to look for something different. How many people want something different? How many people go to McDonald's and order something different?
Because you go black woman with an Asian man. So that's very different and rare.
It is very different. And I would have never dated him. It would have never became a thing had it not happened the way it happened.
Right.
Which is why I say all the time, and not to take this in a completely different direction.
You didn't prejudge either.
Not to prejudge. Well, he had a daughter that was half black. So he had already been with black women.
Like that chocolate. He know how
to he had been with black women far before.
He know how to make it marinate. All right.
Exactly. He was already doing that right now.
Soul food work. Okay.
Right. Before I even came into the picture. So but how it happened. I had just had a baby. I was going through something. Like I was emotionally available. Not available because of what I was going through, but I was emotionally open. I wasn't as rigid in how I would typically be if I hadn't had a baby. If I was just out here dating, I would have probably looked at that scenario differently. But because you can't deny somebody that is kind and loving and giving and showing up and being attentive. Like I remember my daughter had surgery at Riley, and it was like a 7-hour surgery, and he drove up there just to sit in the lobby. He was like, I don't want any of your attention. I don't want you to deal with me. I just want to be here in the lobby in case you want to have a conversation or you need somebody while you're going through this. And so like little stuff like that, you can't deny that.
That's the things that people miss in life. They think it's all about sending a check or money, showing up, being there, your time, showing that
time is money.
Yes. Actions speak louder than words. Somebody could say they love you all they want, but if they ain't showing and following and showing up for you, then it don't matter. Them words don't mean nothing. So that's a big deal.
Big deal. Right. And so that's why I think that, when people say, damn, Asian, that's why I didn't see Asian. I saw a human with a kind heart that was loving and giving, that was showing up in ways that I couldn't have imagined. And plus I had been with dudes that wasn't shit prior to that. So I knew exactly what that looked like. And this didn't look like that, and so it was just a different vibe completely, and he made me feel comfortable and seen and heard. He listened to me. So, and he laughed at my jokes, which a comedian will always love you if you laugh at their jokes.
Hey, I know I love when people laughing at my jokes. I ain't gonna lie.
We need that.
Heck yeah, shoot. I keep somebody that's quick to laugh around. So
absolutely.
For real. I ain't gonna keep you here too long. I'm gonna let you get up out of here in a second. I got a couple little things I want to ask you about right here on Instagram, a little story or two before you go. So I don't know if you saw this or not, but did you see Ricky Williams is saying that he's gonna take his wife's last name to create relationship balance? What is up with this? Why would what was I don't understand this. Is that something that ever crossed your mind that your husband or to do that or balance? Or I don't understand this. What's up with this? I've never been married. I wanted to be one day, but I guess it didn't work out yet.
Has he done any research?
And knowing him, probably.
Because I'm just thinking he might have her last name already. We was given their last name. So I don't know. I didn't want to do it. It was in my face. It was in my face. I didn't want to do it.
We already own your ass, boy. What you talking about? You already property. That's my property. I do what I want to do with my property. Run, Ricky, run! Run! Where you thought you got the running back skill from, boy?
Right.
Man, where to run?
I think that I respect it. I see what he's trying to do there. I respect it, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it's and did he come out and say, like, did he publicize it? Because
Yeah, they make up all kind of stuff.
Like if you know what I'm saying? Like what's the need? I think like some things you just don't need to say. Some shit should be just done and not publicized.
Right. Right. My girl B was bringing up Diamond was a former NFL player.
He got that NFL back. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, some ladies, they look at the diamond as a sex symbol. I know you're a married woman and all that, but somebody said he had a BBL. I don't know.
Somebody did say he had a BBL. What is that? So look, I'm always out of loop when I think about this damn BBL. What does it mean again?
Brazilian butt lift.
Brazilian butt lift. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess they saying that he.
I just know it means fake ass. I see it all the time, and I'm like, I don't know what the breakdown of it is, but I know it means fake ass.
Taking fat from one part of the body and sticking it in your ass. Yeah.
Got it. I don't think he has a Brazilian butt lift.
Of course not.
That's so petty for him to even say that.
Right.
But yeah, he's an attractive guy. And I can see why women would like, I mean, for one, he's an actor, and then he's a big guy. Women love big men, you know, like big men that, you know, look
make
like
you
they
feel protected. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel protected. So BBLs don't look like that. He's an athlete. His legs are big and muscular. So he has glutes and pecs. There's a fan of Diamond right there. She is defending her. You better do that. You better defend him, girl. He's like, no.
She said,
I know. I saw BBL the other day in Target, and it was like, I was like, oh my God.
I know, right? It's this one.
I'm like, in Indiana?
Oh no. Yeah, well, you know it ain't worth a damn if she got it here.
It was big.
It's this one girl that's been all over the place. I think I had it saved. I was gonna play since you brought it up. But you might have saw it. She wearing she at the gym wearing like purple pants, and then be like, these BBLs be killing y'all. And she walking with like some toothpick legs and her booty hanging all off the sides.
It don't match. It don't match.
No, it don't.
It don't make sense to me. I was just thinking about like I go to the gym every day. I'm very active in the gym. And I don't understand the point.
Now that's a good
I don't know if that's a BBL actually.
Right. I was about to say that's just a good teacher.
That's a good ass. That's just a nice ass.
Yeah,
well, you can see her legs. I don't know. I don't know. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. So I have a friend that has an ass like that is natural. She's always had a big ass. It's always been. And I just thought about her the other day. I said, damn, I wonder if she's getting aggressed as a BBL owner. You know what I'm saying?
Owner. Hey, so you know what's so funny is that some girl with a big booty was telling me the other day that somebody was like, dang girl, where you get yours done at? She like, what? She like, yeah, where you get your BBL? She like, they ain't got no BBL.
My mama in LA Fitness, nigga.
Right. Maybe women with, you know, a lot of they, you know, nether regions is getting accused. I mean, hell, if they had a DDL, dudes at a ding dong listener. Hey man, shit, you see stuff.
Ding dong lengthener.
Let me get that DDL, baby.
DDL.
Let me get that one I stick in my sock. Yeah. Let me get that sock. Yeah, that shoehorn. Give me that shoehorn. Yeah, baby, that shoehorn. Yeah.
I don't trust it.
Boy, get that DDL in this mouth.
That DDL. Would you get a DDL if that was an option?
Nah, because you can't get it all in. I don't want to get to just the tip wet. I mean, I need to go ahead and park. I need to get my vehicle in the entire parking space. All right, I don't leave half the car getting wet. Oh, who gonna go in the parking garage and don't close the door? I need to close the door. You know what I'm saying?
You watch half the car.
Yeah, I mean, if a little bit of the bumper ain't in, okay.
You know, it's so interesting because I remember when Black women's asses were looked at as like not an attractive thing. You know what I mean? For years. You were in
the museum with Sally.
You said what?
They had her in the museum for her ass. You didn't know that?
Who?
They put her in the museum. Oh yeah, I'll pull it up now. They put
The
her in the
African American Museum.
No, I'm talking about while she was alive. They made her a museum exhibit in the 18.
Oh yes, I do know about that.
Yeah,
I do know about that. Yeah,
because of her ass.
Yeah, back in the day. You talking about way back in the day?
100 years ago. It ain't that for long ago.
I mean,
but
it wasn't last week, nigga.
Nah, well, actually, no. 100 years ain't that long. I mean, of course,
it ain't that long.
Roosevelt. So you saying the Roosevelt era is beyond your time? That's what you saying? You ain't
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if it didn't happen in 2000, I don't remember.
I'm saying, like, damn, don't act brand new on me now. Like you ain't.
Sarah Bartman.
Hot
and Tot. Yep. I do remember that. I do remember that, and it's wild because we were looked at as freaks and stuff for having asses that big, and now you got women out here paying and dying for that ass.
Yeah, that's crazy to die.
There's women out here dying for it. That's not making it through the surgeries. Yep. I got an auntie with an ass like that. It's natural as hell.
And this is what inspired the Victorian dresses when they had those big dresses the white women would wear going around their waist.
Really?
Yeah. So that they can have the shape of this ass. So white women been trying to get this ass for a while.
While simultaneously.
See, Kardashian just made it popular. See, she did. And that's a lot of people don't realize that this was a mock of what had actually happened with Clara Bartman.
Sarah
Bartman. My bad.
Oh yeah, right there.
See, yeah. Except they did that with somebody sitting on it. She did it with a cup, and then see how it's going above into the smoke into the mouth. And she did it with the drink and the liquid.
I actually did not know that was a.
Yeah. See. Illuminati everywhere, girl. You ain't know. No. But hey, man, that's the thing when people say conspiracy, but then you see this, you be like, well, it's true. So how can it be a conspiracy? That's what actually happened. Now, did she know when the photographer said pose this way? That's what she was doing. I don't know. Maybe not. But somebody knew because somebody put it in there. You don't just happen to do that.
Yeah.
So,
I think they knew.
Yeah, but man, that ain't nothing new under the sun. But
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Another way to make money.
And people losing their lives over it. I ain't judging though. If that's what you want, do what you do. But
he said a turd cutter. That's one of the nastiest names.
The nastiest bit, like to even think about it, just cutting that shit,
just like a conveyor belt, just like douche.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Like bologna in this mind. Anyway,
that's so nasty.
Hey, we getting ready to get up out of here. I mean,
thanks for having me, man.
Hey, thanks for coming, man. I do this, on Sundays, talk about different topics and stuff too. So different topics going on in the news and different things. So, if you ever want to come by on a Sunday and we chop it up about some of this crazy stuff in the world, definitely more than welcome. 50 Cent, who we both have, affiliation with as far as the show. He been getting hard on P. Diddy, trolling him every
ham on Diddy.
Hey, doing the surviving Diddy and all this
stuff.
Yeah,
I thought he posted this from this young fella that does all this Marvel stuff, right? Yeah, Nerdy Dan. He does a lot of Marvel.
That's funny, man. What you think about Diddy before we get up out of here and all the issues? You think he gonna survive it? Or is he going?
Did he do it? That's what cracked me up when he put that. Did he do it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I mean, he is going to survive it, sadly, because in our culture, what happens is, time, people forget, and so they move on to the next thing that's happening. And then And then that's just that. He did lose a lot of endorsements and a lot of money, rightfully so. I think that.
What do you think about the settlement in the day?
The what?
The settlement with Cassie in one day. He settled with her ass in one day.
And then he said it's no admission of guilt. Bullshit, nigga. No bullshit. You do that shit, you be like, yeah, just take it and shut the fuck up. Just take it and shut the fuck up. Just go and get
it's like, damn, I thought you wasn't gonna really say it. Damn, all right. Yeah, one day.
Go ahead. That was
one
him saying, like, I get it. You deserve this. Yeah, you right.
Boy.
And it had to be large enough of a settlement for her not to be like, nah.
She shut her ass up too, didn't she?
Run me that. Yep, she shut up. So I definitely think it was an admission of guilt. And the thing is when you do that, right? Like 50 said, he said, here they come. 5, 4, 3, 2, and sure enough, the floodgate has been open now, and now it's constant. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. I think I definitely think he has some skeletons in his closet, you know, and it's sad because when you have that kind of money and that kind of power, you know, sadly, we haven't seen too many people who has not gotten caught up in some type of bullshit. You know, I mean, look at Russell Simmons, right? You know, it's not too many people out here that, I mean, even Will Smith, as much as I love Will Smith, I don't know what the fuck is going on with that situation with them. Like, they got a lot of weird shit happening now. It's like, what does money do to make you...
Like, how can we for 2 years? I mean, what's a Hollywood story you came across?
We said what?
I say you was in LA for 2 years. What's a Hollywood story you might have came across or heard?
I actually wasn't out there in the scene though.
Okay.
I was just out there living in LA.
Right. So
you know, but it's all fucking weird. It's like it's like, do you have to be weird in order to make it and have money and sustain a career in acting and entertainment? Do you have to be weird? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I also meditate, so I don't know. Maybe I'm floating above the bullshit. I don't know, or maybe I don't have enough money yet. Maybe I haven't been released those 17 millions that's owed to me according to Google.
I know, right? Hey, he's still alive, so we'll see next season 3.
Right.
Hopefully I get out of prison my damn self, and but they don't kill me. Maybe
when they do a spinoff called Kendra Kills, then that's when that's when I'm gonna start doing Hollywood weird shit.
right. Me too. They need to do Raising Rojas in this month.
Raising Rojas.
Raising Rojas in this motherfucker. I'm on the road. Shit. What? We ready for job.
But if they raising you, you know you're not gonna get casted because you already grown. They're gonna cast somebody that was younger than you in order to raise you. So you instantly cutting yourself out of the deal, bro. You gotta do something.
Right? No, we before didn't count. We raising up now. We new birth.
Current day raising, bro.
Right. New birth. Roll eyes in this. Forget the years before. They don't count. Only now. So. Hey, it was great, definitely a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Definitely appreciate you coming. Everybody, thank you for the super chat right here. Queen Brielle, she said, great interview. I appreciate it. And Kellye, thank you.
Thank you. Is that she paid you?
Yeah, she sent $9.99 little money.
Half that mine.
There you go.
I better get my $4.98
minus taxes. Google got their 30% first off, so it's down to 7 first.
Ouch!
I'll give you $3.50.
$3.50. I'll take it.
A latte.
That's a cup of coffee at Starbucks that I can't go to because they support Israel. I don't know what to do in this world. I came in with a cup of coffee. Wait, I had a Starbucks coffee. My daughter said, "Who went to Starbucks?" And I was like, "I did." She's like, "You know that they support?" And I was like, "Wait, first of all, I didn't know." And goddamn it, like, calm down.
Right. Hey man, you can't go and buy nothing without somebody supporting something. Shit. You know, the Goya seasoning, the Mexican seasoning, they supported Trump and gave him millions of dollars in the campaign. And he was trying to the people, the Mexicans, he trying to they put them out, call them credit, and they giving him money.
Which is wild because Trump had a lot of Mexican supporters.
He did.
Maybe they were Mexican haters. Maybe they was like, we got to keep the rest out. So they don't take our jobs.
right. Hey, no, man, I already got this, man. You're going to have to go and find your own country to find the job, man.
But it don't even matter now because the Venezuelans here, and they finna swoop on all the Mexican jobs because they want to do it less.
And that's the whole beauty of America. Find somebody to do some shit you don't want to do for less money.
Yes, I'm currently reading the United States, the history of the nigga, I don't even know what I'm reading.
It's a history book.
It's a history book.
About United States.
The people's history of the United States. Yeah, the people's history of the United States is what I'm reading by Howard Zinn. And I'm fine, man, it's wild because it's talking about all of that. It's talking about all this shit. Like this shit is cyclical. You know what I'm saying? It's just literally coming in cycles. It's like this has happened before. Nothing that we're experiencing today is new. This shit's happened before. You know, people was like, what is going on? It's like read a history book. You'll know exactly what's going on, which is why the saying history repeats itself is so popular because it does. You know, even from fashion to war to racism. You know what I'm saying? History repeats itself. None of this shit is new.
Very true. Very, very true. Sadly.
But again, thank you.
No problem. Hey, thank you for coming. Everybody, thank you for watching. And definitely check out my girl on IG at Kellye Howard at Bless Petty.
Be less petty. Be less
petty. Be less petty. All
because I'm so petty, I gotta be less petty.
Right. Be less petty.
Be less petty.
Don't bless the petty.
Don't bless the petty. Please don't bless the petty. As comedians, we can be so petty. I'm trying to be less.
Hey, man, this damn waitress tried to get over on me on $5 the other day at the comedy club. So I told her to give me my $5 back.
Give me my $5, man. So you be doing stand up?
Oh yeah, I've been performing for years. Stand up
or sit down. I don't know. Is that disrespectful?
Drive by. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hit them with a couple funnies and keep it moving.
Man,
but, I've been performing and stuff as well. So, you know, try to keep it moving. I had stopped during the pandemic for a while, but I got back to doing it, you know, a little bit a while ago. So, yeah, I'm trying to work on my little Netflix special coming soon, my dang on self. So
that's amazing, man. I definitely look forward to seeing that. Comedy is a great outlet. I love it. Oh
yeah, definitely. Beautiful thing, man. Definitely.
And it's the one thing we still have that is ours, that we don't have to, you know, I mean, you shouldn't. Some people do still try to make it look a certain way for a certain type of people, but that's the place I can be my rawest. That's the place that I can say the things that is petty as fuck that I wouldn't typically say, that I kind of shield from. You know, I try to be a lot kinder and nicer in my real life than I am on stage. On stage, no holds barred, like I go ham because why not? So yeah, that's the one place.
Well, I'm going to check out some of your stuff.
Yeah,
I saw some of your clips on the Instagram.
Where you be at in Indianapolis? Jokers?
I be at Helium Comedy Club and at where I was at this other spot, but I had a bad experience. It was called Crackers. So, you know, black man having a bad experience there, that ain't surprising. That's like the white man having a bad experience at a club called Ninjas. You know what I'm saying?
I do know I'm very familiar with Crackers Comedy Club.
Yeah, they ain't worth it, is they? They something else anyway. That's
what's up, bro.
Yeah, but a few other places around the city and different stuff and venues or whatever. So, you know, definitely been getting out there, but it's been a lot of fun. And then I do this as well, and then you know, the acting and everything. Here go my girl right here on Instagram. Before y'all go, check her on out.
That's
right. Look at her right here, giving you the crazy eyes.
Oh yeah, that was right after my MRI. I had Botox in my bladder too. That's my bladder right there, y'all. Y'all see my bladder? A little bit of pee in there. Just a little bit of pee in there.
I see. At least it's clear.
You see,
Plenty of water. Drinking them fluids. It's all right.
Yep. I get Botox in my bladder.
Okay.
Because if not, a bitch be peeing. A bitch be peeing.
Well, we don't want that. You
I don't want that.
Be wearing diapers like me in this month. You ain't that sexy when you got to pull down or pull up.
Come on now. Come on now.
I say, hey, baby, you want to pull down and pull up? Lord, I hope you like your beef salty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the salty. That's why I got to be with white women, because they don't know nothing about seasoning, only black salt and pepper. So they used to it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got your favorite meal with salty.
I can't with you.
But up bump. Anyway, let me get up out of here. And everybody, thank you for watching. Bless to have you. And can't wait to see more of you in your future endeavors.
You as well, man. Good times. I can't wait to see you next season, because we ain't done. We ain't done, bro.
Yeah. Don't be trying to set me up no more. Don't be putting nothing up under my seat. Don't be grabbing nothing up around here.
Bro. I make moves. Period. And what I do, I made you make a move. Period.
Hey, but I make rolls, so I might have to. I'm built for drive-bys. Watch out! I might have to go full speed at the back of them shins or something. You know what I'm saying? I had to hit them ankles. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Hey,
true.
From the knee down.
But if I just kick you over, then what?
Hey, you might be laying next to me. I'm telling you, I got that quick grab right there. Boop, 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 boop. Better alive. You coming with me.
It's crazy the things we think gonna happen in our mind when something going down. I'm gonna do this when you do that, and then this gonna happen.
Right. That's why I practice.
Stay
ready. You ain't gotta get ready.
And grab it.
That's right. I have somebody push me each way 5 times a day. All right, left. Right. I'm ready, man. What? I'm ready for the next pandemic, zombie apocalypse.
You stupid.
Strap a couple guns on the side. I already got a ramp out front. Build up speed. What?
Man, you gotta put your little motor on the back.
I already got one ready, boy.
That's how you do that right there.
All-wheel drive.
Two wheels, all-wheel drive.
Right. 3-wheel motion.
All right, man. He said this is getting violent. All right, we gotta go.
Getting violent.
You know, I got kicked out of 2 high schools. This is what I do.
I know, man. Hey, we from the Power Universe. We gonna start.
Right. What do you expect from Power Universe?
Right.
Peace and balance.
Yeah. Right. Let me go ahead and let y'all get some rest since you was getting scared.
Thank you again and
definitely. Again. Peace.
All right. See you later.
Take care. I'm out, y'all.